So we're looking at Brora Breeze for Andrew Balding and William Cox. Andrew Balding's having a great start to the new year, and this horse improved from first to second run. She kept on well to finish fourth at 50-1 on tonight's jockey William Cox. She should improve again, and the extra 3 furlong to find definitely is worth a try. She's bred to stay, being by Scirocco out with Passing Glance mare. Next one in is horse number 1. This is Alchemist's Dream for Mark Usher and George Downing. Steps markedly up in trip tonight, needs to improve on her first few runs. Next is Bend the Light for Charlie Bennett and Sylvester Kirk, another horse that really needs to improve on her first run. She's well bred though by Australia from the family of the wonderful Lock Song. And the next one is very well rugged up, so I'm going to have to go 2 back to number 2 and see the next one in. And horse 2 is Betty Fletcher, who's very green on her first start just before Christmas, and is another one who will benefit from more racecourse experience. Then we will follow in Triple M. Dave Lotnan is Stefano Churchy's representative. She's a daughter of Mount Nelson. She'll get her handicap mark after this run. She's been 6 on 2 occasions so far. Horse number 10 is Understated, one of 2 newcomers in the field. This is for Rafe Beckett. She's a daughter of Nathaniel, and she cost €67,000 at the sales, and she comes from a staying family, including the Dam of Postponed, and she's got a bit of size about her, and it'll be intriguing to see how she runs for a yard that doesn't have many runners at this time of year. Calmly is represented by a representative of John and Thady Gosden for His Majesty the King, a daughter of Dabawi. She's had 1 run. She was 8-1 when she only beat 3 home, but she is related to some winners and she's in very good hands, so you've got to expect, or at least hope, for her to run slightly better this time around. And we want to find horse number 9, Surrey Belle. I think we can see her come around here. She's just slightly on her toes. Surrey Belle for Hughie Morrison and George Rook. This horse has had a significant amount of support in the betting, Surrey Belle. She's a daughter of Golden Horn, and she's related to some nice sorts over middle distance pedigrees. She cost €61,000 as a yearling. She shouldn't be discounted at all, but she's just getting a little bit on her toes as she makes her way out of the paddock, with Surrey Racing having a good look at her. And they'd want her just to be a little bit more relaxed than that as she makes her way out. But she has had significant market support for a yard who knows how to get their horses ready first time out. But you'd imagine, based on her pedigree, Golden Horn out of a Ravens Pass mare, that she will she'll come forward for this. Miss Dolly Rocker is the one that I'm hoping to see. I think she's the last one I've missed out for Aidan Keeley and Roger Teal. She's the one with plenty of racecourse experience behind her, and she was second last time out. She possibly is the one that was very well rugged up. Horse number 8, if you can see just behind us here, Miss Dolly Rocker. She has had 4 very solid races. This extra 3 furlongs is a bit of an unknown, but Roger Teal knows the family well, and you can't disregard Miss Dolly Rocker at all. And yes, that's definitely her. She's getting Aidan Keeley's getting legged up by Roger Teal now. So yeah, I think that it's an intriguing affair, as dominated by Miss Dolly Rocker all throughout the course of this evening. But Surrey Belle is the one that has had significant support, the newcomer. So we'll see how she gets on. But we'd just like to see her just settle just a little bit more as they head down to the start.
Thanks, Jess. There is Miss Dolly Rocker heading down to the post. Just finished placed on all starts so far for Aidan Cooley claiming £5 tonight and Roger Teal. 2-1 favourite now, Miss Dolly Rocker looking to put that first win on the board. Aurora Breeze is 9-4, Surrey Bell 4-1, Understated 6-1, Calmly 7-1, 33s, Kingston Joy and 50s for Triple M, Betty Fletcher, Bender Light, Alchemist Dream, 200-1 and bigger the rest. Steve, you're a man on fire tonight so far, and you just said to me off there that this is probably going to be between the first two in the market.
Yeah, I'd say so. And the two unraced horses down the bottom there, Surrey Bell's been well back, but what Surrey Bell was doing and what she was doing in the parade ring makes you think that maybe she won't be able to transfer completely what she's shown at home onto the track first time up. And Understated, who's another one bred for stamina with a nice pedigree. Interesting to see how she gets on. But I always think that experience counts for a hell of a lot in this sort of race, especially around a sharp track like Kempton, where you do need a position, especially in these maiden and novice races, because it's generally won by something that's near the pace, not having to settle and not having to worry about the stalls too much. Miss Dolly Rocker had already had 4 starts, second in 3 of them. It's probably been a little bit unlucky. Looked the winner all the way at Blingfield last time, was just mugged on the line, and going up in distance from a mile to a mile and 3 is interesting. But I think Aurora Breeze, who's doing the same after 2 runs, going up in distance, I think this horse is going to improve a lot. She's bred for stamina. She certainly runs like she's going to improve a lot. She's shown enough promise. She was 4th behind Raintown over a mile last time. That was at Lingfield. And Raintown's gone on to win a couple of handicaps since, now rated 80, which is a fair enough standard for this time of year. And Aurora Breeze is by Scirocco, puts the stamina in, but there's class on the dam side as well. Highland past the dam. It's a half-sister to Vertum Futurity winner Elm Park, also trained by Andrew Boulding, and won 3 over a mile, but it's obviously bred to stay. So Aurora Breeze is where I'm going.
Okay, thanks very much indeed to you, Steve. Dave, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this is tricky, really. I think the first two have got to. I know that this is a race for horses. It looks like a few of them have had the odd bump in the road. Otherwise, we'd have seen the likes of Surrey Bell and Understated before. I think both Miss Dolly Rocker and Aurora Breeze can improve going up in distance according to their pedigrees. But I think they've probably both got to improve slightly to win even an average run of this race. I thought that Surrey Bell had a promising pedigree. She certainly looked a little bit inexperienced beforehand, but we'll see how we get on.
Okay, let's have a look at the market then before we get out to the track. And it looks like this. Favourites is Miss Dolly Rocket 2-1, 9-4 Aurora Breeze, Surrey Bell 4-1, Understated 6-1, Calmly 7-1, 33-1, and bigger the rest. Let's get to Jess.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, the 2 newcomers are attracting a bit of support. Understated coming in 6-1 now. The daughter Nathaniel, she's a big filly. She's clearly just taken a bit of time to come to hand, and be intrigued to see how she gets on. Surrey Bell, as we were saying in the paddocks, by Golden Horn, and she has halved in price since earlier today. Hughie Morrison, I seem to remember, had another first-time out winner by Golden Horn at the beginning of last season, and that was a bit of a significant market move before the off. And Surrey Bell, see if she can justify support on her first start on track, but she's got to beat Aurora Breeze for Andrew Boulding, who's flying at present with his horses. They're all improving for the runs, the younger ones as well, and I was very taken by the run last time when William Cox was on board running a big race at 50-1. Miss Dolly Rocker's the obvious one. She deserves to win a race like this, the way that she's been performing since she started her life on track, and she's ran well here at Kempton as well before. She's coming out of stall 10 though, which is wide enough and not ideal position, as we can see these 3-year-olds making their way in. Calmly will be one of the last ones. She is hoping to improve from that first run here at Kempton just before Christmas. And she's a daughter of Debarweeb. As we say that, Miss Dolly Rocker has gone back in the stalls. She's got really restless. We saw this happen earlier on in the night, and she's just been backed out, Miss Dolly Rocker, out of stall 10. Aidan Keeley's off the horse. I think that looks like it might be unlikely whether she will take part. We'll just see. Aidan Keeley's just tending to her now, but she got really restless there. That didn't look very nice at all. And she's just been walked away. Try and find out if we'll get any updates on her participation, but I think that might be unlikely now. She did look very distressed in the stalls, and that would be a significant shift to the market, you would say, as well. But we've got the rest of these horses are making their way in. I think they're going to go without Miss Dolly Rocker, which will change things enormously here. The horse with the most experience in the field. The last two making their way in, including Bora Reeve. They're going out without the favourite.
Last one moving in, Bora Breeze. And they're off. Away in racing, they jump 1 mile and 3 furlongs to confirm they have gone without number 8, Miss Dolly Rocker, who played up in the stalls beforehand. So 1 mile and 3 in front of them for the Unibet Extra Place offers everyday EBF Maiden Filly Stakes. Ben the Light ridden to go prominent. Understated will lead them into the corner from Betty Fletcher to the inside. Ben the Light now picking up second place. The Royal Runner Calmly is in fourth around the opening bend, followed into the corner by the black and gold of Bora Breeze. Then the newcomer Surrey Bell, those yellow and blue colours worn by George Rook. Triple M is behind Surrey Bell as they race into the back straight. Alchemist Dream is second to last, and Kingston Joy, dark green and white there for Spencer in the final position. Down the far side they go then. It's the filly by Nathaniel, Understated, who leads under Trevor Whelan. Shows from Ben the Light under Charlie Bennett in purple and light blue in second, and Betty Fletcher is in third. Calmly's in fourth, and then Bora Breeze, who is in fifth. Surrey Bell is towards her outside, and then Triple M. Still further behind to Alchemist Dream and Kingston Joy. She's anchored out the back of the field. On through halfway down the back straight, and it's newcomer Understated that leads. Understated from in second placing Ben the Light. Betty Fletcher back in third. Calmly with a nice position there in fourth. In front of Bora Breeze, he's still in fifth. Surrey Bell is next. And then Triple M and Alchemist Dream, and at the back of the field still is Kingston Joy. They're racing now inside the final half a mile in this maiden fillies event, and it's Understated, the dark green jacket, the yellow cap, who leads narrowly. From Ben the Light in second, the pink cap in third to the inside Betty Fletcher. In fourth is Calmly. Then Surrey Bell in fifth from Bora Breeze, Alchemist Dream, and then Triple M at the back of the field, still Kingston Joy. Up the home run they travel then, it's Understated, he leads them towards the cutaway point. Ben the Light being chibied along, Calmly travels with promise now down the centre, moving up into contention. Triple M over on the far side, Surrey Bell wider out, both ridden for more. Understated nudged along out in front, about to be joined by Calmly to the outside in the Royal Silks, and Calmly's now come through to lead. She picks it up and goes on from Understated in second. They're clearing away from Bora Breeze, and Calmly is going to win this moving clear. Calmly under Colin Story wins. Calmly has beaten into second Understated. Bora Breeze was back in third. Then Surrey Bell. They were clear from Ben the Light and Alchemist Dream.
Calmly builds impressively from her first run to win this in very nice fashion under Colleen Story. In second we saw the newcomer Understated and Bora Breeze, but there was quite a big gap between the first and the second, and even the third, in a race where this daughter Dubawi Calmly travelled ever so stylishly throughout. Understated did a lot of the early work and ran really nicely for her first start, but it's Calmly who was able just to track that leader under a easy enough ride for Colin Story here, riding for John and Thady Gosden. His horse was always in a nice enough gear, and he wasn't having to get too busy at all. Understated did plenty of work out early, and Calmly was just asked to go away and join Understated, and it was here where she clicked into second gear, and she shows a really nice turn of foot. And she's really built upon that first run here at Kempton, where she was slowly away and looked quite green. And although she's only had 26 days off the track, and she's clearly benefited from that run massively, and she's bred to do well. And I know that Colin Story, who's got a nice story himself, coming over from South Africa and picking up lovely rides here for His Majesty the King, and this daughter of Dubawi clearly has got a lot of ability here, and she has taken massive strides, Tom, from her first race in a race that was slightly marred by the late non-runner here in Miss Dolly Rocker.
Yes, it was a shame she didn't partake, but in the end, Calmly was very impressive, wasn't she? And I think Miss Dolly Rocker would have had to run to a level above her mark of 75 if she was going to beat Calmly, who drew right away in the closing stages and given His Majesty the King a welcome winner, it has to be said, and a very emphatic one at that, Dave.
Yeah, as you say, the race lost some of its value with the late defection of Miss Dolly Rocker. Early reflections here. I thought that Surrey Belle was inclined to over-race. You'll see there in about 5th place, just racing with the choke out a bit, and in fact has run pretty well, I think, on debut to take 4th. But yeah, the King's Horse wasn't completely unfancied in the market first time. Over this course and distance. It was 9 days before Christmas. It was the race, wasn't it, where they had 2 of them, didn't they? And they abandoned. I think it was because of fog rather than the cold, wasn't it? And well, she beat 3 home that day, as Jess said, and she's taken a big step forward here and has learnt from that, hasn't she? She was always